time I close my eyes. Every time I close my time I close my eyes.
Hi guys. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, welcome guys. This is the reaction to the press conference from Jurgen Klopp earlier this afternoon. Sorry I'm a bit late, guys. Something come up at 3 o'clock and I couldn't go live, but yeah. I'm live now and oh my god, we've got so much to chat about. We got so much to chat about. This club's going to be the death of me, man. This club is going to be the absolute death of me. I'm telling you. It's just, I don't know where to start. Let me start with this, actually. Let me start with something right now. Right. I want to make something clear to everybody right now because, you know, we've been discussing FSG, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool Football Club quite a lot the last week or 10 days, yeah. We've had a lot of debates on it. We had a lot of debates on the club and how the club is run and what Jurgen Klopp's doing and all that. Right. I just want to put my final say on the whole situation before we break down this press conference. So this is where I actually stand on everything, yeah? FSG, for me, have to leave Liverpool Football Club because they're not willing to invest the right amount of money to help this football club grow, yeah? I have had no problem with FSG as a fan until now. Until now, and I'm like the rest of you. They're a problem. Sell up, leave, go, get investors in, do whatever it is you have to do, but just hurry up and do it because it's getting on my nerves now. I can't keep doing this. Every single show we do, I can't keep talking about FSG all the effing time. They don't invest. It's pointless talking about them. We're just waiting for them to sell up and waiting for them to go, yeah? Just that's it. With Jurgen Klopp, we've had a lot of discussions about Jurgen Klopp on this channel for quite a while now, yeah? Right? Since the start of this season, we've been talking about Jurgen Klopp and the way he's managing this team. Look, a lot of people, I've had people on the panel, people in the live chat I know haven't agreed with, yeah? People coming on the panel having their say about Jurgen Klopp. Some say maybe it's time for him to go. Some are saying, no, it's not his fault. It's all FSG. And some people are saying, like, if Jurgen Klopp needs to be criticised when criticism is at a must. But this is where I stand on it all, guys. This is where I stand on it all. I look at Jurgen Klopp right now and I'm like, he looks like a broken man. He looks like a broken man. But I can't feel sorry for him 100%. I really can't. I can't feel sorry for Jurgen 100% because he's brought on a lot of this on himself. Jurgen's brought a lot of this on himself. So I can't really feel sorry for him 100%. Has he done wrong at this club? Yeah, he's done wrong. Of course he's done wrong in recent times. Do I want him to leave the football club? No. Do you know what I want from Jurgen Klopp? I want him to do better. I can't keep saying that. So for anybody that thinks I'm a Jurgen Klopp out guy because of the way we've been talking on the show recently, I'm not. I like Jurgen. I want Jurgen to stay. I want FSG to go. But Jurgen Klopp is not 100% innocent in everything that's going on right now. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not innocent in everything that's going on. FSG, as I keep saying it, I had no problem with FSG until around now. You know, people that know me, that have watched me for a while on other shows before I did this show, will know I've never really had a problem with the ownership, yeah? I've never really had a problem with the ownership. But till now, if they're not willing to invest in the areas that need willing to invest in, right, it's blind loyalty. It's blind loyalty. So for me, if they can't invest in players that we desperately need right now to succeed, then they have to go. With Jurgen Klopp, I don't want him going anywhere, but I want Jurgen to do better. You know, I want the manager to do better, and I think Klopp gets away with quite a lot because of the fact that everyone hates FSG, right? Because of the fact everyone hates FSG, I think Jurgen gets away with a bit sometimes. And what's happening this season isn't all down on FSG, totally, not 100%. You have to look at the manager as well. You have to look at the manager as well. And for me, there is reasons why I should be talking about it, why some other people doing Liverpool shows should be talking about it. You know, we can't sit here. I can't do a show every single week, right? Every single day and go, right, it's all FSG. It's all FSG, right? Everything's FSG. FSG out, FSG out, FSG out, FSG out, yeah. Liverpool lose to Brentford last week. Liverpool lose to Brentford. It's not FSG's fault. I can't be doing all that all the time. FSG are to blame. Do not take this the wrong way. I'm not sticking up for them. They're to blame. They've not invested in the right areas of this pitch. But Jurgen Klopp also is to blame. We can't sit here and pretend Jurgen's innocent, guys. We can't sit here and pretend Jurgen is innocent in all this. Because the stuff he talks about sometimes and then the stuff he talks about a few months later never match up and make sense. So we need to break it down, guys. We need to be breaking it down. Again, we've all watched the press conference. I'm going to play bits of the press conference back to you guys. We'll go have a chat about it. We'll go try and break it down as much as we can. But I've been looking on Twitter today after it. Look on Twitter after the thing, and all you see is like, now I understand why Klopp's the problem. Klopp's not the problem. It's all FSG. Klopp's not the problem. It's all FSG. And I'm like, did you actually listen to the press conference? Am I the only one who listened to that press conference and thought, no, I'm sick of listening to Jurgen now. I'm sick and tired of listening to Jurgen and his excuses all the time. I'm getting sick and tired of it, really. I'm getting sick and tired of listening to that man's voice. Now he's all moany and miserable and, oh, yeah, don't ask me them questions. Yes, Jurgen, they go ask you. They go ask you them questions, Jurgen, because you're the manager, man. You're the manager, so they go ask you these questions. You know, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. They go ask you these questions, Jurgen. Just answer them. You know what's coming, man. He's getting so... big up Black Prince. Jane Phillips, we must be honest, having listened to Klopp's conference, I'm convinced that we have the money. It's Klopp who chooses to go into the market and he sees fit. He said it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I do think Klopp wants players. You know, all this myth about that Klopp don't want players, that's just all bullshit, you know. Of course Jurgen Klopp wants players. He wants to compete at the highest level, so he needs players. My problem always and always and always will be, right, that there is players available in this market. There was a players available in the summer market. There was a players available last year in the midfield area that needed sorting, that were going around for good prices, right? Apparently, we look at a lot of players, yeah? So you hear Camavinga went around Madrid, what is it, 18 months ago, yeah? Camavinga went around Madrid, and you read an article, Liverpool were looking at him. Well, why didn't we buy him? Because he went for less than 20 million. You know, Gravenberch, where is it, Bayern Munich he went to? Liverpool were looking at him. So why didn't Liverpool go for him? Didn't he go for like 20 mil? You know, I've been saying it all the time, man. I've been saying it all the time. Klopp wants the right kind of player in midfield, and I'm all for that. Literally, guys, I'm all for buying the right player for your team that fits your system. I really, really am, because I don't want to be like a Chelsea buying loads of players. It don't fit, and no one fits Graham Potter's system. No one fitted the managers before system, Tuchel's system, and both managers tonight, one got sacked, and Potter's like up in the air, he might get sacked, because they're just buying players. There's no process in why they're buying a player. Oh, we're buying a player to fit in there. I mean, you bought João Felix for a 6-month loan when he signs a new contract for Atletico Madrid, and why? You've got to, in the transfer market, you have to buy players that suit your system. You have to buy players that suit your system. If you don't buy players that suit your system, you're just buying players for the sake of it. It's ain't a farm. You can't just keep buying people, human beings, and just have them in your team and like just for the sake of buying them. Do you know what I mean? You need to buy players that suit your system. So I'm all for waiting for the right players, yeah. But when I look at all the players that have gone around Europe, some of the Premier League teams have bought this summer. What the midfielders Wolves have bought recently, and there's a Brazilian guy for 18 million that's about to join as well, and all this. I'm thinking, right, I don't know much about them all, right? These players. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a worldwide scout that knows how good these players are, right? I'm not going to pretend that, and neither should anyone. But I look at it and think, right, we got the midfield we got. Are you telling me most of these players that have gone around Europe, in midfield areas that are young, but also experienced players that are good footballers, none of them are better than Milner, Henderson, Ox, Naby, Fabinho? None of them are better. None of them are better or would improve our team in the slightest. None of them would improve our team in the slightest, no? None of these players that have gone around Europe in the last 18 months for not a lot of money in midfield. None of them would suit yeah? None of them would be the typical right player. None of them are better than Jordan Henderson, say. Yeah, none of them are better than Jordan Henderson. Is that what we're saying? Because I don't get it. This is what I want answers to. We never get these answers, ever. I want someone to have the brass balls to go in one of these press conferences and ask Jurgen, who is these fucking players you're looking for? Because you've got Ox there, who's been at Liverpool now 5 years, and he's always injured. You've got Keita, who's been here 5 years, always injured and unavailable. You've got Jordan Henderson, who's been at Liverpool almost 12 years now. And like we've spoke it ourselves, he can't do 90-minute games anymore. His legs are going. Are you telling me there's no one available that can give you more than Hendo right now? Milner is 37. Is there no one in Europe that can give you more than Milner right now? Who are these right players in midfield? Honestly, who are these right players in midfield? So I'm all for waiting for the right player to come to our football club. I am. I'm all for it because I don't want to buy players just for the sake of buying players. They don't fit the system. Right? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But you can't tell me there's no players in Europe, in the Premier League itself, right? There's players not around that would actually fit your system, that ain't too expensive, that are better and more reliable than what you have right now. Surely there's players available. Now, I don't get it. I don't know who's in charge anymore. I don't know who's in charge of this football club anymore. I really don't. I don't know who's in charge of this football club anymore. You got midfielders all over Europe. Yeah, all over in this Premier League. Brighton have a better midfield than us. Deep it. Brighton have a better midfield than us. Who the fudge are we scouting? Who are we scouting? How did Brighton scout McAllister and Caicedo before the mighty Liverpool Football Club that everyone tells me are the top team in world football? Yeah? Why are we not scouting these quality footballers? Why are we not scouting these quality football? Why are Brighton, a little seaside town in the shithole of the south coast of England, scouting better players than us? Why? I thought we're the mighty Liverpool. Chelsea, here you go. Keeping it level. Big up. It'd suit us turn to the ground. Why did Fulham scouting better than we did? Why? Let me bring Jack in. Be up, Jack.
How we doing, lad? I'm frustrated like you, mate. Oh, absolutely fuming, mate.
It's doing my head in, man. It's doing. I started up saying on the show, I don't want Klopp going anywhere. I'm not. I don't want Klopp going anywhere. I'm a Klopp fan. I want Klopp in the club. I want FSG gone there because they can't invest in a football club. That's fair. Or can they invest in a football club? Because that is something I'm going to talk about in a minute, right? But we can't all sit here as Liverpool fans and pretend that Klopp is 100% innocent in everything.
He's got to take a lot of responsibility as well, mate. And we spoke about it yesterday with the lads, didn't we? It was everyone's got to take the blame, and we're playing very risk averse this season, as we spoke about that yesterday, mate. If we miss out on top four, revenue, long term, the profile of player that you were alluding to there, Jay and chat, that value or the tier of player, of course. If Liverpool finish outside the top four, not that I don't think we're going to get Jude, but you can kiss Jude or you can kiss that caliber of player that wants to play in the elite level competitions and Champions Leagues. The allure of Jurgen Klopp and the allure of Liverpool Football Club can only go a certain way, in all honesty, mate, for me. And and I done a video on TikTok, mate. I just done a reacting to the video that we're probably going to watch today, mate. And the frustration is felt from a lot of Liverpool fans anyway, mate. So it's not just you or me. It's everyone's in the same notion. And it's the thing when I was listening to you before we come on, mate. We knew that Jurgen Klopp, he's not a manager that spends money. I don't think he's used to spending money, mate, in all honesty. I think he'd much rather in his management, would much rather promote a 16, 18-year-old into starting 11 than go out and spending 50, 60 odd million. I don't think he himself probably likes spending that amount of money on Darwin Núñez if you'd asked him wholeheartedly, mate. But it is what it is.
No, I agree. I mean, it's just that, it's like I think Luke just said here, where is it? Seeing Wolves spending and Klopp saying we can't do much in the market is fantastic. Now, this is my problem, right? This is my problem with the whole we can't do much in this market. We bought Gakpo in this market, right? We bought Gakpo in this market. So there's money there. This is what I'm trying to get at to everyone right now. There is money there because we bought Gakpo in this market, yeah? Gakpo come in this market, so there's obviously money there.
Big up.
Big up. what I'm looking at now is if there's money there and we got Gakpo in, and we all know we need a midfielder. Klopp knows we need a midfielder. Everyone knows we need a midfielder more than anything in the world right now. I remember when we signed Gakpo, everyone on Twitter was like, why Gakpo? We need a midfielder. Everyone was saying it. Everyone was saying, we need a midfielder. Why have we bought Gakpo? And then everyone sort of fell in love with Gakpo because the player he is, watched him at the World Cup, and everyone was like, okay, cool, we got Gakpo. Right? But to start with, everyone saying we need a midfielder. Now, this goes to my point again about signing the right player. Jurgen looks at it. He looks at the midfield, and I've been saying it time and time again. We spent up to 40 million on Gakpo this January, yeah? Are you telling me there was no midfielders around Europe in the Premier League we couldn't get for the Gakpo price to play in midfield right now that can run better than Fabinho, that can move better than Hendo, that's more reliable than Ox, that's more reliable than Keita, and would do a job for us right now? That's what I'm asking. That's the questions I want that never get asked. So all we get is, a spiteful Klopp in the press conference because he's like, you go talk about money. You come here, 6,000 press conferences a day, and you're in different seats and all this bullshit he's going on about. And it's like no one asks him the real question. No one asks him the real question. Why did you go for Gakpo? You've obviously got money, yeah, because you spent almost 40 million of it this month already. So why didn't you use that 40 million and buy a midfielder? Who the fuck are you waiting for? Because if you're waiting for Jude Bellingham, who's £100 million, that is one midfielder. And again, this goes to Klopp. Klopp knows FSG more than anyone. If he just gets one Jude Bellingham in the midfield, he ain't getting 2 or 3 more to go with it. Because he knows there won't be no money because they're going to spend over 100 million on a player. That makes no sense. So we're just waiting. We're like, don't spend any money. We're saving it up. And we're going to buy Jude Bellingham. So why buy Gakpo? Leave it. Put that in the savings still.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense, guys.
Yeah, to that one, sorry, lads, I'll just quickly say, I think he did answer that, mate, but it goes to the point of what Liverpool fans have been saying for the past 4 years, mate. We need squad depth, not just in the attacking areas. I think he alluded to in the interview today. He said, yes, we've got injuries, but prior to that, Liverpool have needed more squad depth. We needed to improve on the likes of Radicki, the Shakiris, the Minaminos. We know they're not up to the level and standard. Yes, everyone go, Minamino done well last year, but I don't think he had the impact on the Liverpool squad overall that we were all anticipating. But I tell you what, lads, as well, and Chas, if Liverpool do get a lot more injuries in this squad and the window's shut, then we're going to be mid-table with Chelsea this season, in all honesty, for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's shocking. But this is a problem, as I said, this is a problem we've had for a couple of years now. It's not just, obviously, the window just gone past. This has been about 4 years that we've had this problem, that we haven't sort of invested in key areas of the team. And I just think once after a while, it's like you get what you want, but not what you need. You know what I mean? We didn't need a Gakpo. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. Do you know what I mean? But like there was other priorities at the end of the day in that squad at the end of the day that we needed to sort out that hadn't been sorted out for like a good couple of years that we didn't get sorted out, and we just get mugged off every sort of season. We did a going transfer window. We get mugged off like, well, there ain't enough money for this, or when the right player comes along and this and that. I don't want to hear that. Because all the time that you're saying that you ain't got money and the right player comes along, right? It's these teams that they sort of like in and around us are sort of like investing in a team and are getting ahead of us. Do you know what I mean? Like Newcastle, for instance, right? They never went out and spent crazy. They just got key players of what they needed of that time and everything that can get them to where they are now. Do you understand what we're getting at? Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is with us and everything. We've won the Champions League, we've won the league and everything that, right? Come on now, let's kick on. There's many players out there that you could have bought and everything. You could have gone and got an Amrabat. You could have got a Barella. Do you know what I mean? Moses Caicedo. You could have got all these players. You could have gotten everything that right. I'm sure at the end of the day that would have fit your budget. Because if it doesn't fit your budget, where's that money that we've accumulated over these years? Over these since Klopp has been in here, and he's been getting us sort of like certain situations in the table. He's been winning us titles and all sorts. Where's all that money gone? Why is it at the end of the day that you never got any money to like go out and so like do this and do that? You know what I mean? Our midfield needs major surgery. It needs major surgery. I cannot stress how much surgery that midfield needs. Do you know what I mean? You got mans in midfield and for that, right? Doing a 2-man job because there's people and they too physically tired, yeah, to run back about 20 yards. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they've been doing that over about 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? And they literally haven't got anything to give. It's not that they're crap. They literally haven't got anything to give anymore because they've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years and that. Freshen up the midfield. That's all you need to do for that. And you can't tell me at the end of the day that you cannot go to either Portugal, France, Spain, Holland, Germany, and go buy a midfielder and they within your budget and that, yeah, that's gonna do the job. But yet, at the end of the day, what you do, you go out and buy a Cody Gakpo. Come on now, man. What we doing here? Are we neglecting at the end of the day what we've got to do as a team? And it's like the blame always bounces between FSG and Klopp, FSG and Klopp, FSG and Klopp, and that. And not one of them is taking responsibility. Like say, look, you know what? I fucked up. You know, apart from Klopp goes, I fucked up and that, but you still ain't doing nothing about it. You come in the summer travel window, and towards the end of it, you say that I fucked up and think that right. I should have got a midfielder. Blah 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 blah. You still ain't done nothing. You went out and got a midfielder on loan and everything. That's not even playing for our club. He's injured. Do you know what I mean? What are we gonna do with him?
Honestly,
makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. I don't know. It makes no sense.
All right, let me just play this because doing my nutting. All right, where am I? There I am. Oh shit! All right, there you go. Let me just turn this up so everyone can hear.
honestly, Carlos, I have, I think, 6,000 press conferences at Liverpool, and you were pretty much part of 5,999 in different seats, obviously, but you were always there. If you want to write or whatever, today you don't write, today you just record, but come on. Now I have to tell you again the money story. Really, really, do I have to tell it again? And that's why. What could be the reason that we have money like crazy, but we don't buy the players even when they're available?
Right. So there he says, I'm breaking this down, by the way, because I've had enough. So there he says, I've done around 6,000 press conferences, yeah, and you want me to tell you the money story. So that basically tells everyone listening right now, Klopp, since he came to Liverpool under FSG of his first press conference, knew the money available to him every single season. Yeah, he knows, right? Because that's why he gets sick of telling people we haven't all of a sudden come into all this money again. You know, it's the same situation as it was last summer, situation before that, the situation before that, situation before that. Right? That's what he's basically saying there. But people don't want to hear it. Right?
That's what you think of me after all the years? So why you ask a question where the answer lies on the table? I really don't understand that. I really don't understand that. You stand here, you drove here, or I don't know how you came here, and then now you stand here, and this is the question I ask you, you know the answer. And if I would answer now, sit here, no, we have money in the bank, massively. I don't know what to do with, but the players out there, we don't do that. So, but we have on top of that the problem that in the moment, 4 of our offensive players are injured. It's like on strikers.
All right, so 4 of our offensive players are injured, yeah? Whose fault is that?
The club,
Exactly.
in terms of running the players into the ground.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Why is Diaz injured? Why is Jota injured? Why is Darwin Núñez injured? Why is Bobby Firmino injured? Why aren't the club doing better with that? Why is no one asking that fucking question, by the way? Here goes my monetization. But why the fuck are they not asking that question? Why weren't there a follow-up question to this fucking answer? Yeah. And someone had the brass balls to go, Jurgen, why have you got so many injuries? Why?
Yeah, do you
Why?
reckon- I'm hoping there's a massive embargo section tonight, mate. Obviously,
Needs to be said, man.
yeah, there needs to be some embargo questions. I'm pretty sure, hopefully, with tonight, boys, we do get those answers, mate. But yeah, it's we're going round in circles, all of us, mate, aren't we? Like, and it's but it's going to be the same things, Jay. After all of us, every Liverpool fan around the world, it's Klopp's going to get the more difficult this season gets, the more rattled Jurgen's going to get, and the more frustrated he's going to get at the press. But at the end of the day, that's the modern day manager. You look at Fergie, you look at Rafa in charge when he was at time at Anfield as well. It's part and parcel of being a football manager. You get paid enough, and it's responsibilities. I get the questions some after time are frustrating from the journalists, but you've got to be respectful in the way you answer them as well. So it's
exactly. He's really spiteful at the moment. I don't like it. I really don't like it. But I just want to know why no one asked the question after he answered that. He has his little tirade. When someone come back to him, because the next question is like, "Oh, Jurgen, you okay, son? You're right. You need a cup of tea." No, fuck them questions. Right? Ask real questions. This is Piers Morgan night or something. Ask real questions. The question after this, the journalist should have gone. So I watched the whole thing. They didn't ask. The journalist after this should have gone, Jurgen, you just mentioned these injuries. Why are they continuously getting injured under your stewardship? What are you doing in training? Why are they getting injured all the time? What is going on at your football club right now? Are your club doctors not up to it? Are your club physios not up to it? What is going on? Is your training regime too hard on these players and you're injuring them time and time again? Yeah. Why have we got 4 forwards out? Why? What other fucking club in the world has 4 forwards out? Darwin Núñez is injured again. Does he actually tell us what he's got wrong with him? No. He just goes, yeah, Darwin's out. Yeah. It's only a little thing. It's nothing. What the fuck is it? What is it?
The thing with Naby as well, though.
Fucking does my nut in.
The thing with Naby, Jay, as well, and Rods and Chaz. We've had this thing for Naby for like the last 4 or 5 years at the football club. What did he do into Naby Keita? I get like certain players like Sturridges and the Nabys that have different muscular tears or whatnot. But what have they been doing with Naby? Like to just continue
it's too
to get him
intense.
injured? It's
the training is too intense, and I think that's what I'm saying. And I think that it's just like, you know, where like players are dropping left, right, and centre. The training is too intense, and that's why. And then these players are holding the high line and everything that right, and they physically haven't got anything to give in the way of that Gurgen pressing. Physically haven't got anything to give in running back. Do you know what I mean? Because the training at the day is too intense. It's too intense. Do you know what I mean? So these players at the day, like your Firmino, Darwin Núñez and Jota and this and that, they're gonna pick up these muscular tears and this and that, and they're gonna come out and tell us at the day, well, you know, it's not that bad and everything that right. He should be back next week because I know they're fucked up. Yeah. And then they come out and say, well, look, oh no, it's 6 weeks. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're probably not telling us at the end of the day, right, what's wrong with Darwin Núñez and that, because they're scared. They're scared at the day because probably he's going to be out for about 2 months.
Just tell us.
You know what I mean?
We can all. Do you know what it's like? Just tell us, and we can all move on. Do you know? Just tell us, and we can go. I can do a video tomorrow. Jack can do a video tomorrow. Roger can do a video tomorrow. Oh, Darwin Núñez out for 2 months. Here's why. And we never have to mention it again till he comes back. But we mention it every week because these fuckers tell us nothing. Right, and I've fucking had enough of it. It's doing my head.
It's the thing. Sorry, boys. I was going to say, why we speak about injuries and that, boys. You look at what Guardiola's done at City for the last couple of years. They played next to no pre-season friendlies at all. Why did Liverpool this season go out and play all these pre-seasons? We've come back and we played 2 pre-season games. I get you need to get rhythm and back into the mentality and everything, but just leave it. Let the players recover much more quicker and be sound. But Jurgen's ran these players into the ground, and it's very disappointing, you know, honestly, mate.
And he's got to take responsibility. He's got to take responsibility because at the end of the day, he's the manager at the end of the day of a team. He's the manager, so you have to take responsibility. So if a person at the end of the day is asking the same question time and time again, it's most likely at the end of the day, right? You haven't given a proper answer. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So he wants to know what is going on, but that's your responsibility. Do you know what I mean? To take questions like that. There's no point in it in days that you going on. Well, look, I've been asked these questions so many times. Blah 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 blah. Well, then, number one, answer the question. Answer the question so you can put it to bed and for that, so you don't get asked again. Do you know what I mean? It's obvious at the end of the day, right? You're not answering the question properly. And anyway, that's your responsibility as a manager. People are going to ask you at the end of the day, as a manager of Liverpool Football Club, of that team, people are going to ask you, what's wrong with this player? Why isn't this player playing? This, that. They're going to ask you all sorts of questions about your team. Your job is, at the end of the day, is to answer it. It's to answer it in the best way that you just answer it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't get saucy and all spiteful and that. Just answer the question, and stop running our players. Yeah, stop running them into the ground. If you're not gonna go out and buy new midfielders, new defenders, new this and that, right? If you're not gonna do that, stop running the players that you got into the ground. That will solve your problem. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop running into the ground and everything that, because they went on pre-season and everything that, and they had a game. Yeah. After that game, they did a double training session. Have you heard of anything ridiculous? Ridiculous.
That's what 60 is right now. Is it true? We have every training session on match days. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because that'll be speculation. I've heard rumours that if we have an evening game, Klopp has some training in the morning. Now, that might be a natural thing with every football club. I have no idea. But if that's the case, that's madness. That's madness. No wonder their legs look tired on match days sometimes. That is just a madness thing. And why did we have a Community Shield final against Man City and then have a friendly the next day? Why? Why?
And that game, Jay, Ibu, I was at that game. Ibu went down. As soon as he went down, they're like, he's done. I knew exactly straight away.
On the eve of the Premier League. So it's madness. It makes no sense. You just had a big game with Man City. And by the way, that Community Shield game against Man City was a very competitive game of football. It wasn't a friendly. It was a very competitive game of football. They should have all been resting the next day. They should have had a day off. They should have gone, right, that was a competitive game. You won the Community Shield. Well done, lads. Go and enjoy it. Relax. But you're coming back in 48 hours of training, right? Let the body rest, man. Let them enjoy themselves. No, what do? Fuck that. You got a friendly the next day. Is it, what are we doing? Right, let me get the rest of this. It's fucking doing my nutting.
So we buy another one. Then they come back. Thankfully, not tomorrow, but they will come back. Darwin soon, the others a little bit later, and they come back. And we have 7 strikers then. We couldn't even put them all on the Champions League list. They have to make a decision of who goes on, the new one or the other ones and stuff like this. So it's just not that.
So he's going on about buying forwards, for some reason, right? And he's going on about, we can't buy another forward because another one's injured, What everyone's telling me in the chat, though, is we bought Gakpo because the other ones are injured, right? But then he's just saying we can't buy another forward because then we'll have too many and we don't know what list to put on. So buying Gakpo makes no fucking sense whatsoever. None. It made no sense. I don't help me here, guys. I'm going to have a heart attack. I don't get any of this. I don't get any of this because
I'm not weird, Thomas. It's like
it's making no sense.
The fact and the player of quality that Sadio Mane was going into the season, everyone knew he went to Bayern and that. Yeah, he's injured now, but the player and the quality of Sadio Mane, any squad in Europe, whether that be prime Barcelona, prime Real Madrid, City as well, to that extent, you look at certain players they've let go this season, they're seeing the brunt of that. But we were massively playing with fire, and as you said, Dermot, and as Jürgen said, if those players didn't get injured, by the looks of it, Gakpo wasn't going to be coming in anyway. And we'd already let Origi go on a loan, and whatever anyone thinks on them, but they're still squad players. Mane's left, Shaqiri, Origi. those two players didn't get injured, then, as you said there, Jay, we probably wouldn't have not seen Gakpo come in this window.
No. And this is where I'm going. This is where I lose it a little bit now. But this is where I'm losing my will to understand anything this club is doing, right? So, beginning of the season, we were after Tuchemeni. We all made it very perfectly clear we was after Tuchemeni. We couldn't get him. He went to Real Madrid. So we went and bought Darwin Núñez, yeah? Okay, right? Then he comes out, he does that interview with the Anfield Wrap, that famous interview with the Anfield Wrap now that we've all seen, where he tells us about the midfield, the bloke presenting it on the Anfield Wrap, I can't remember his name, he's laughing along with Klopp. yeah, good, you're right. When the camera's off, go and suck a dick. Yeah, that is basically what you're doing, right? Yeah, and then he goes like, what players you need? Like, what players can be better than Milner? What players can be better than Hendo? What players can be better than Ox? What players? My nan, Klopp. My nan can be better than Ox right now. She's more mobile and she's ready to go. That didn't sound good. But, but everyone knows what point I'm saying, yeah? Everyone knows what point I'm saying. I don't get it. So then he goes, a few weeks later, I made a mistake. We do need midfielders. I'm like, oh, man, he's held his hand up. I remember we all got excited about it. We all did videos about, Klopp, no, right, we're definitely in for a midfielder. I did videos, Jack did videos, Ros did videos, like, what midfielders we after? We all got our lists. And then it's like, but then we hear, it has to be the right midfielder. Who's the fucking right midfielder? Then we find out loan Arthur Melo from Juventus, who just come back from a long injury and has not played since April. This makes no sense, right? And then we hear, Jack, we haven't got the money to buy a midfielder. That's why we loaned him. But as soon as the January window opens, we buy a forward. It makes no sense.
Yeah. It was last season, mate, and even when we did buy Arthur Melo, I think it was like a couple of days prior to the interview he gave at the end of the window, he was massively contradicting himself as well, in all honesty, mate. It's almost like he wants to say one thing to the press and one thing behind closed doors to, obviously, the football club. And we spoke about that yesterday, mate, with the lads in chat, that, of course, in any job, you're not going to out and out blatantly shout at your manager and call him out. But even still, like, it's a case in point of, even when that period, the season we all remember, where we had that defensive crisis, he was fuming. And I think he was massively fuming than what we've seen today. And he got his wish. Well, not technically his wish, because I think ideally he wanted Ibu to come in straight away there and then, 6 months prior, but obviously Leipzig wouldn't let him go. And we had to get a bloody championship centre-half and a bloody lone relegated Bundesliga centre-half. Then we started on that. But yeah, and yeah, we ran absolutely like a mess, mate. And it seems at the minute that we're just far too content with what's going on in reality. I think if Liverpool, as we said, do miss out on Champions League football this season, a massive if, then that sets us back 3-4 years in terms of our development as a football club. For me,
I mean, the only way it don't is if we get bought out by the end of the season.
Yeah,
it's not a problem if we miss out. But
I think the only reason if we do get taken over, then fair enough. If Jurgen's coming out with all this and publicly, legally, you can't say, "Oh yeah, boys, we're getting taken over." But then I think all of us would be shaking our head, going, "Oh, sounds." Then that's why he was saying all that nonsense 6 months prior.
Yeah. I just want to answer these questions. So, no, Gakpo was signed because Diaz is injured till March. I think we got Gakpo because Diaz is injured. I got no problem with that, guys. Not a problem. What I'm trying to explain is to everyone is, we don't have a midfield, right? We don't have a midfield. Our midfield is injured, yeah? Thiago gets injuries. Ox gets injuries. Keita gets injuries. So we got no backup players. We get one striker, one of our forwards. And in the summer transfer market, we were told we had no money left to buy a midfielder. That is why we got a midfielder on loan. But as soon as a forward gets injured, all of a sudden, we have money to buy another forward. Does everyone see what I'm trying to say here? It makes no sense. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have got Gakpo if Diaz is injured. That's great. Good. Well done. I've praised that already. But what I'm trying to say is, as soon as a forward got injured, we had the money to buy another forward. As soon as our midfielders are injured or not able to play or they're out, we can only afford a loan in midfield. That part of it, guys, don't make sense to me. Does it you?
Yeah. No. With the thing is that we are Liverpool Football Club, for fuck's sake. And we're moving like we're from the Championship. We're moving like we're from the Championship. Fuck all these, like, you know, you went out when we had our injury crisis in the defense, yeah? We had 3 defenders out and that's out. And we was crying out for reinforcements in January and everything like that, right? They waited to one of the last days of the transfer window, and went out and got like, he got Kabak on loan, and they only got Kabak on loan because there was talked into it. There's actually talked into it, yeah. And they got, like, was it Ben Davies from fucking Preston? Ben Davies from Preston. Is this where we got to now as Liverpool Football Club? Yeah, we're getting Ben Davies, and that didn't even play for our club, and miraculously they managed to get 15 million for him. Yeah.
Do you know the mad thing we're odds with all that? Yeah, the 2 defenders that we bought in that January, Klopp never played, and we got top 4 without them by playing the defenders we already had in the club.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, there's always been this, to me at the end of the day, there's always been this neglect at the end of the day on the team. You know what I mean? It's always been a neglect on the team and that, in refreshing it in sort of like, whether it be defense, midfield, or attack. There's always been this neglect. And we've always at the end of the day got excuses at the end of the day for another Klopp. And then well, we ain't got money for this, we ain't got money for that. When the right player comes along and for that, well, I want to know, if you haven't got money, so like for this, I ain't got money for that and for that. I want to know where all that money is going that we have accumulated, because we've accumulated money. Do you know what I mean? By getting in the Champions League, yeah, going for the group stages, yeah, getting to finals and everything that, winning 1 final, losing 2. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, Super Cup, World Cup, Premierships. Do you know what I mean? You know, Premiership, and like getting to high in the Premiership, like second, battling Man City.
We've been far too content, Rods, haven't we? Like, we just sat on our backside, and like you look at Ferguson. As much as we all dislike the fella,
I always say that
he was a legendary manager, doing that so well for like the best part of like 20 odd years. He'd reinforce, even though he knew his squad was good enough. He'd get 1 or 2 key players and always constantly refresh. Guardiola to an extent as well. Yes, both of those managers had money, but they went out there and got it. They got the right player at the right time.
We've got the thing is about it, we've got money and everything that. If we haven't got money and everything that, right? Yeah, why are we sort of like saying that we want to complete and everything that, right? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, we have got money.
We have got money. This thing about we're broke is bollocks, yeah. This is the reason I'm saying we have got money, and I don't know whose fault it is anymore. I don't know what side of the land I'm meant to lay on anymore. I really don't, because we obviously do have money. Because when we got a forward injured and they realised he weren't going to play again this season, what did we do? We went and spent 44 million on Gakpo straight away. So that tells you we do have money, right? But when it comes to the midfield area, we're not willing to spend. And I'm confused why. And I need these questions answered. We obviously have money. There is money there to be used. As I said, we found out Luis Diaz had a long-term injury. What did we do? We went and got Gakpo for 44 million. In the midfield in the summer, we were told there was no more money, although we were going after Tuchemeni. Everyone forgets this. We were going after Tuchemeni. He weren't going to cost a fiver and a can of Coke, you know. It was going to cost a lot of money. The man was going to cost a lot of money, and we were going for Darwin Núñez at the same time. It weren't one or the other. We were purposely pursuing both players for the summer. Then we couldn't get Tuchemeni. And then we're told after that there's no money left. There's no money left in the pocket after the Darwin Núñez deal. And we're all sitting there. I remember doing the videos. We're all sitting there going, this don't make sense, because we were after Tuchemeni. Are you telling me it's Jude Bellingham or nothing? So then you hear the Jude Bellingham news coming out. And you're like, right, Liverpool very invested in Jude Bellingham. All their money's go towards Jude Bellingham. All right, cool. Get it done then. Then you hear Klopp come out and said, I made a mistake. We need midfielders now. Right? We go, but it has to be the right ones. And then you go and loan Arthur Melo, who came back from a serious injury and has not played since April. And you wonder why he's got injured again. Right? But we've got no money to buy a midfielder. But as soon as one of our attackers get injured and is out for the whole season, we have £44 million just laying around that we can buy a forward with. It makes no sense.
It does,
makes
mate. It does.
no
You do
sense.
You do beg the question. We spoke about it last night, Jay, didn't we? And chat. Lord behold, imagine if Salah was injured for the best part of the last 4 or 5 years. What would we have done then? Like, the man that scored single-handedly 20-plus bloody goals every single season. Like, we would be... What predicament would be Liverpool Football Club be in? And that goes to say that we've all said tonight, we're so too reliant on far too many key players in this Liverpool squad. Then, yeah, it's these questions are going to get more difficult for Jurgen the more this season does progress, and the more irate, more angry he's going to get. And as I said, that's the job of the journalists to start asking the Klopp questions. I mean, you've spoke, Jay, on all of our videos, and you mentioned Rods as well this year. These questions should have been getting asked 4 years ago when we'd only signed one midfielder in 4 years. And why Liverpool continue to give James Milner a contract extension last year. I get the experience he offers. We all know that. But he doesn't offer much for Liverpool in terms of quality. Yes, rotation. You can play in a lot of positions. But for the standard and the aspirations of Liverpool Football Club, yeah.
Milner should be backroom staff. Milner now should be backroom staff, under 18s, under 23s. That's what Milner should be at the moment, because he's got that drive and passion, and he's a model professional. So he can be an inspiration to all the young G's that are coming up. You understand me? That's what Milner should be. He should be offered another contract and everything like that, and he's trying to start him at right back or start him at left back and all them sort of fart there. That just doesn't make no sense to me. My problem is his negligence. Listen, Jay, I've got to pop off it because I've got a show at 5:10, and I've just thought I'd come and bless up the man them still in the meantime.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you. You go do
big up to you, but like, yeah, man, big up man for Rhodes TV.
Nice one, man.
Big up Jay, and guys, smash the like for these guys, man, because they're doing incredible work, man. Incredible work they're doing. So smash the like and sub for these guys, man. Big up, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, big up.
Yeah, see you soon, my man. Love you. Big up. Yeah, Rod's a diamond. Right, let me play the rest of this. Let me play the rest of this, and then we will move on.
Easy. That's why I say you cannot solve the problem, especially with injuries. Injuries. That's the main big shadow on over all of us that we really. Because you cannot solve it in a transfer window. Just sometimes you have to, but usually you just have to get through until the boys come back, and then you can use them again. So that's how it is. That's why in the ideal world, in our best season, we didn't have a lot of injuries, and it was much more intense than it's now, and all these kind of things. But now we have them, and now we have to deal with that. But the transfer market is not for us in this moment, obviously not the solution. But if something is out there and somebody tells me yes, we can do it, we will do it. But for this specific situation, I don't think it will happen.
Fuck off.
It's a very dangerous precedent, that. In all honesty.
Man.
That very dangerous precedent.
I mean, Vincent Vega is great. He might be right here. I think if Klopp thinks this midfield is good enough, then in my opinion, he has to go. I mean, I can understand what he's saying with injuries. You can't just, because you've got a lot of injuries, you can't go just buy players and replace them all, and then when they all come back, you've got too many players and you can't register. I get that, yeah? But here's the thing, Klopp. Here's the thing. You need to start being ruthless and getting rid of the some in our midfield that you can replace. This is my problem. He's got to be more ruthless. He's got to be more ruthless. Naby Keita, I like Naby Keita as a player. Man's been here 5 years. What has he played? 9 months of football in 5 years? Probably.
Yeah. He can be ruthless though, Jay. with
Yeah, moved him
Sacco
on.
and Danny
Yeah.
Ings as well. Danny Ings obviously had 2 crucial injuries at Liverpool, and he moved him on. You straight away get out the club. But it's too much sentiment at the minute, mate, for me, for my liking.
It is sentimental, and I think I look at it and big up Jamrock. Klopp couldn't sound optimistic when the sale intention was announced because there was no sale intended announced. They wanted to sell a minority stake, but open to a sale. Yeah, I've heard that with the sale of the club, they're looking at mid-May to sell the club. That's apparently where they're looking at. So keep your eyes open for that. But I don't get. I just don't chat. I just don't get what's going on with Klopp's mind at the moment. As I said, you know, everyone's saying everyone's saying is that what I don't get in the money situation, and say L Wicks right now, right? What I big up to you, Mr. L Wicks, much love. What I don't get right with everything right now is and no, Klopp isn't the money man; he's the manager.
Oh,
But
yeah, we
Klopp
knew that when we brought him from Dortmund, mate.
Yeah.
He's never been a manager that spends.
No, but Klopp knows how much FSG got every year. Yeah. He's the manager. He probably knows better than any of us do, right? He's on these meetings. He talks to them every day. He knows the situation miles better than what we do. What I don't get from the situation is if there is no money there, if there's zero money, there's nothing in the bank whatsoever, yeah? And we loaned Arthur Melo in midfield in the summer because we needed a midfield player desperately. So we went and loaned a midfielder, right? And we had injuries in midfield and we needed someone there. So we went and got a loan in midfield for a player. Why then, as soon as one of our attackers gets injured and is out for the season, have we got somehow found £44 million to buy Gakpo? That's the thing that's confusing me, guys. This is the thing I'm confused with. I'm not having a go at anything about, you know, acting like Klopp's the boss, the one in charge of money. What I'm trying to say is we had no money to buy a midfielder after the Tuchemeni deal. We were told there's no money left. Darwin Núñez is through the door now. He costs up to 100 million euros. We've got nothing left. You know, we got Ramsey in as well. You know, and we got nothing left now. That's our summer done, right? But as soon as an attacker is injured, we find the money to replace them. That is what I can't get my head around explaining. Are you telling me? So that goes back to my original question at the beginning of the show, guys.
How's he not shifted Ox, Jay?
This is what I'm saying.
How has he not got rid of Ox over the last couple of years?
He likes these players. He likes them. Ox is getting a new deal. Love it and like it. He's getting a new deal. You know what I mean? Why couldn't we get a £44 million midfielder in the summer? Was there no midfielders anywhere available? Look at all the midfielders that have gone around. Look at the midfielder Wolves have picked up and Leeds are picking up this summer.
Are you got the replacement for their fella?
Yeah, are you telling me none of them could fit into our system, play our way, and are better and more reliable than Ox and a Naby Keita and a Hendo and a Milner? They wouldn't improve Liverpool at all. Because this is where I'm confused, man. This is where I'm confused. And I don't know who runs the club. I don't know who runs the club anymore. I think Klopp might have too much say in what's happening. I think FSG need to be a bit more ruthless. It's favourites and mates type priority. That it looks that way. It looks that way because when obviously Klopp is not going to sit in a press conference and say Ox is shit, Henderson's shit. I need them gone and move them on. Yeah,
it was a couple of months ago, wasn't it, where he literally went through. Or that's when he was irritated as well. A couple of months ago, he literally single-handedly named every single midfielder. Yeah, fair enough if those players had won 4 back-to-back Premier Leagues, but we've won 1 in the last 5 seasons in probably what has been Liverpool's best opportunity and probably the best football we've seen in our lifetime in the last 30 years in the Premier League. It's disappointing.
It's just mad. I get so confused by it all. It's just so mad because it tells me money is there if it's needed. It just tells me money is there when it's needed. I'm going to take it in the embargo section. We're going to hear that Arthur Melo's fit.
it's gonna be interesting chat. So keep an eye on your socials tonight. Of course, with the embargo, hopefully a lot more difficult questions do get asked for Jurgen Klopp, mate. But as we know, don't think it will. They're too happy to get their access and don't want to be getting barred. That's why me and you, Jay, or a lot of YouTube channels on YouTube wouldn't get access to the club because we'd be asking the difficult questions. Me and you, Jay, probably last 20 seconds. We'd be like, no, you get out. It's like,
exactly. Yeah. It's too. I just want clarification on things. Right. Bobby Firmino. So Bobby Firmino, here's another one. So Bobby Firmino is now injured longer. So Klopp said when he first got injured in that pointless friendly in Dubai, when he first got injured, he basically said he should be only out for 10 days. That's what he said, wasn't it? 10 days, 2 weeks. It's nothing. It's nothing major, yeah? Now, he's fucked. He's like Klopp's like, no, he's really injured now. He's really messed up. He's nowhere near team training. So back, in December sometime, what was it, the 18th, 17th, 16th of December when we went to training in Dubai and he got that injury and he was going to be out for 10 days, 2 weeks. We're now on Friday the 13th of all fucking days as well. Friday the 13th of January. And now Bobby Firmino is nowhere near to being on even first team training. And he still don't tell us what injury he's got. What's he got? What is he injured?
Yeah.
There's no clarification about it at all.
And that goes to the planning as well, as we said before, Joe, when Rod was in chat. We knew Salah, Mane, Firmino. We know the age profile. A lot of the Liverpool starting 11 that has been quite successful in the last 5 years for Liverpool has got old. It smacks belief that Liverpool's lack of planning, and that's what it comes down to, Jay, innit? Lack of pure planning as a football club that we're just not replenishing the right areas, the right moments at the right times. It's madness, mate. It's disappointing.
It is. The Bobby Firmino thing's the one. It killed. And then Darwin Núñez. What did Darwin Núñez do to get injured? What the hell did Darwin Núñez do to get injured? And then we still don't get told his injury. Klopp was like, it's nothing major. It's a minor little thing. It's just stopped in training this week. If he trains today, he might be available for Saturday, but I doubt it. Right? So what the hell's he got? Because I'll tell you one thing now. If I don't see Darwin Núñez next weekend or the weekend after, there's going to be some serious questions need to be asked. How did Darwin get injured?
Going up the stairs like Naby.
It's just like, I've never heard anything like this. Why are we not looking at, right, there needs to be an investigation into our medical department. Apparently, I've heard Chelsea are having an investigation into their medical department because all the injuries they're getting. I saw that today. Liverpool need the same thing. They need a proper, thorough investigation into this medical department, why these injuries keep happening, what is going on. Because obviously, as a manager, you get told by the medical department, right, so-and-so's in the red zone, things like that, whatever it is, and don't play them today, maybe leave them on the bench, only give them 20 minutes, or, yeah, so-and-so's available to train now, they come back into training, yeah? Right? So Klopp's not like, he gets told, right, by the medical department. Someone in that medical department told Jurgen Klopp that Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota are available again now. So Jurgen Klopp's right, if they're available again, I'll get them back into team training, right? Get them back into team training, they get fucked. What is going on with this medical department? There needs to be an investigation behind it because the injuries, Diaz out, Jota out, Bobby Firmino out, Darwin Núñez out. There's 4 forwards out, guys. 4 forwards. And no one talks about it. Everyone's like, we got injuries. No one goes to these press conferences and goes, Jurgen, in all seriousness, fella, look, you've got 4 injuries to your forwards. What is happening?
I'd love to see the percentage of muscular injuries, though, Jay. It would be interesting. I bet it's like probably in the 70%, just picking a number out of my ear. But fair enough if it was like a leg breaking challenge or something, like a Danny Ings something like that. But you can't compensate for that, can you, mate? But
No.
if it's muscular injuries, as you alluded to there, mate, it's the fact that as a club we allowed a couple of, for best part of the last couple of weeks as well. We knew obviously Liverpool were replacing the head of fitness or whoever in the departments. We've been it's madness, and I get there's other doctors and everything in charge, but we've got the best facilities. That was the whole point of moving to this new. Well, it was basically building on what was already there in terms of the Kirby facility, but we invested 50 odd million onto that and made it the first team operations building as well. So it's madness, mate, and it's especially when you pride yourself on as a club in terms of promoting the youth and be very reliant. And Jurgen Klopp in that interview before very much saying when we won the league, we got very fortunate with injuries. But as a football club, it's very dangerous precedent that you're allowing yourself to, have a small group of players. But when those group of players, especially key players like we're seeing this season, are getting injured, then there's not a lot of wiggle room in reality in terms of going, oh yeah, we can bring this player in X, Y, and Z. It's very dangerous, mate. And I wish we knew the answers, mate, but that's why we all do all these shows. We talk, debate, and fundamentally, it's not like that midfield. I don't know what it's going to take, though, Jay. What's going to be the breaking point for Jurgen Klopp?
Right, I mean, it's not money and injuries because he signed a new contract, knowing. So I don't know what the breaking point, but it's like LFC says here, I believe our injuries are muscle related down to our style of play. Do you know, if that's the case, then we should employ a medical department that really details the rehab and therapy these players need after intense training sessions and intense games of playing. You know, that could be, you know, there is something. I can't blame Jurgen on the injuries all the time. I can't go and blame Jurgen on the injuries all the time if the medical department he hires is not doing the job it should be doing. You know, if they're telling him, oh, so and so is fit now, they can join training again, team training again. Jurgen's just got to put them back in team training because he's been told that they're fine to go. If they break down in team training, I can't really blame Jurgen for that. That's the team of specialists who ain't doing their job properly. You know, it's mad. Oh, it's mad. Big up, Wayne. Morning to you, my friend.
Big up, man.
Yeah, Firmino probably won't be back till after the window closed, probably. And it was meant to only be 10 days. Nobody wants to demand, not ask the answers from Klopp, which is unacceptable. Exactly. Colin says this is all down to the training, Jay. It's too intense and not enough rest and recovery. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they have enough rest and recovery. Diaz is done for the season. Klopp knows an MCL plus LCL doesn't heal in 2 months after an op. He needs about 6 months. It's just, look, it's madness. I'm not sitting here just blaming Jurgen. Yeah, the owners are to blame as well. You know, if they told, like, this is another way of looking at it. If the owners went to Jurgen and went, look, we have no money available, right? There's no money available, but you know, for midfielders this summer, you know, after the Tuchel deal, you know, and they're looking at other players and going, look, Jurgen, the players we think you want in your midfield are going all cost us too much. So there's none available. And Jurgen's like, oh, okay, if there's none available, there's none available. I will carry on with the team I've got and get the best out of them I can. Then it comes to like, right, we do need a midfielder again. And then again, the ownership are like, you know what, Jurgen, look, there's still no, you know, the players you want in particular in this midfield area, we haven't got the money for right now. So that's loan a player, right? And we are loan Arthur Melo. Who did that deal? I don't know. Whoever did that deal needs to be taken outside, shown the cliffs and pushed off, right? Because, you know, that is a ridiculous deal to make, yeah? Then a forward, but this is where I can't work it out in my little tiny brain. I might not be as intelligent as some people in the chat and can't work this out enough, right? But then comes the situation. We start the season, Diaz and Jota are fit, the forwards are all fit, the midfield is fucked, but the forwards are all fit, yeah? And then Jota gets injured, then Diaz gets injured, and then Diaz comes back in training before Christmas. We're told, right, Diaz will be back after the World Cup's finished. Yeah, and we're like, okay, then we'll get by till December, World Cup, then he's back, right? No problem, no problem. So we'll see him at Christmas time. Good. Goes out to training, fut, right? Absolutely fut. Now he's out till next season. And then they go, do you know what, Klopp? Then this is the board now. Jurgen gets on the phone. We've lost Luis Diaz now. Jota's out. I need somebody in. And and they go, you know what, Jurgen? Look. I've just spoken. This is Mike Gordon talking to Jurgen, by the way. And he's like, I've just spoke to John and Tom and all that, and Billy Hogan and everything. And believe it or not, Jurgen, we have literally just found £44 million, right?
Down the back of the sofa.
And Julian Ward has been looking at Gakpo now for about a few months, and it was a deal we were looking at in the summer. What do you reckon? Do you want him? Do you want him? We was looking at that deal in the summer. There's talk of Man United after him, but players like that. Do you want him now? And Jurgen's like, yeah, go on. But by the way, before we do that deal, guys, where did you find 44 million from? Like literally, where did you find
next season's transfer budget?
Yeah, where did you find 44 million from? Because I needed a midfielder, guys. I needed a midfielder, but you weren't around for that midfielder when I needed him for money for that. But all of a sudden, you guys have found 44 million. Where did you find the 44 million enough? Where did you find 44 million to buy Gakpo? Where did that come from? I don't get it. So who's to blame for all this? It's Jurgen to blame because he doesn't want to get rid of some of the midfield players we have now, and the ones he wants, the right ones he wants, are too expensive. And if he knows they're too expensive, he knows FSG can't afford that expense. So then he should be looking for players below that to match what FSG's done. And if people in the chat will go, well, that's FSG's fault, I will retaliate and go, you know what? Maybe Jurgen shouldn't have signed a new contract then. None of it makes sense.
I want to, and we'll probably never get the question, Jay. And I said to you a couple of months ago why were the owners at Liverpool all those months ago? Like, we all thought, Liverpool, the FSG, or the sanctioning a deal, or are they checking out the new stadium, how the new stand's getting on? Are they having a word with Jurgen Klopp, telling them off or whatnot? We'll never know. But it's like your boss turning up to your house or something, or like your work and having a conversation. We all thought it was, the sanction and big money, or they're giving the go ahead to Jurgen and the recruitment, mate. But it's going to be disappointing, and we'll never find out, mate. But it's going to be the same thing.
Trossard, for fuck's sake. And you're forward.
Yeah, no, for forward.
Why are we after another forward? What have we got? Have we got an erection for forwards? I'm not being funny, but for some reason we can find the money for forward players, but no midfielders. We were linked. We were linked to Martin Terrier. Yeah, the player that plays in France. I think he's French. He plays in the French league. I think he plays for Rennes. Yeah, we're apparently linked with him. We've turned our attention away from him because he got an ACL injury, right? Why were we linked with him anyway? Why are we linked with any forward full stop? Liverpool should not be linked with a single forward from this time on. I don't want to be linked with forwards anymore. Go for midfielders.
Yeah, I'm just saying there, Jay, Trossard's been banished from first team trading, so everyone's getting 2 and 2 and getting 10 in reality.
I think he wants to go to Tottenham, I read somewhere.
Tottenham?
Yeah. I think he really wants to go to Tottenham. Why are we being linked to, why? I don't want us linked with forwards no more. Then we're linked with that young Norwegian geezer who's just gone to Benfica for 10 million.
Yeah, we'll sign him. I was on with Connie yesterday. We'll probably 2 years' time sign him for 80 million.
But why are we linked with him? We have forwards.
Yeah.
We have more than enough forwards. Why are we not linked with midfielders? So why is this club still actively purchasing forward players? So I ask again, guys, do we not have the money, or do we actually have the money, but we're actually waiting for a certain player to come through this door to activate? Because if you're thinking about it, guys, we're going after all these forwards, right? As I keep saying, they found 44 million for Gakpo out of nowhere in January. Look, that deal got done in December. Yeah, and went live on the 1st of January. So they found money for him. But they couldn't find money for Jurgen for a midfielder in the summer. So with a week to go of the transfer market, they couldn't go, right, Jurgen, there is I've got a fucking list of midfielders here. I bet you guys in the live chat, me, Jack, and everyone, right, could write a big list of midfielders that could come to Liverpool Football Club right now and do better than some of the players we got.
Yeah, massively, mate.
Jack, I know you got to leave, man.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for having me on, Jay. Really appreciate it. And chat, thank you. As I said, everyone have a good day. And as I said, try and not get too down in the dumps, really. But as I said, I've got a show tonight, Jay, if you're free, mate, but no worries.
Yeah, let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, be live this evening, chat. Anfield Road TV. Pre-match build-up show where we'll probably talk about, obviously, the press conference comments as well. Hopefully get Jay on tonight if he's free. But massive thank you, Jay, for having me on. And yeah,
no
shoot, mate. Big up, everyone.
You go for it, man. You go for it. See you later on.
Yeah, see you later, matey. Thank you for that, lad.
This is what I'm saying. Big up the chat. Go and subscribe to Jack's channel, guys. Go and make sure you subscribe to his channel. But this is what I'm saying, guys. It makes no sense to me. I am so sorry for shouting and screaming today, guys. I really do appreciate everyone being here. Got 150 people in the house right now. I appreciate every single one of you being here. I really do. If I've offended anyone with my ranting, I do apologise. I've just got to get it off my chest, guys. You know, I'm a Liverpool fan. I have a channel that I can do this on, and I've got to get it off my chest. I really have, because I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on with this club right now. I don't know where I lay. Should I lay in the path of Jurgen Klopp? Should I lay in the path of the ownership? I don't know where I lay anymore. I am confused as much as the next person. And I keep ranting and raving and shouting. I don't mean it. If I've offended anyone with my ranting, I do apologise to anybody out there. But I'm just trying to get out what is going on with this football club, guys. I'm trying to understand what's going on with this football club, guys. I really am, because I don't get it. There you go. Jamrock's made a list of players. There you go. Basuma, 32 million. Lucas Paqueta, 47 million. Fabian Ruiz, 25 million. Maffei Nunez, who went to Wolves in the end for 49 million. These are all in dollars for Jamrock, so they'll be a bit cheaper here. Renato Sanchez, 16 mil. Anana, 39 mil. Tyler Adams, 80 mil. Paulinho, 22 mil. Vitinha, 46 mil. So all the money we found for Gakpo, what Jamrock's basically saying here is any one of them midfielders we could have bought. And all of them would do a better job than some of the midfield. Why didn't we buy Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle? Bruno Guimaraes went to Newcastle for, was it 30-something million? Are you telling me we didn't have the money? This is what I'm trying to say, guys. As soon as Luis Diaz got injured, they found 44 million to buy Gakpo. Why couldn't they find 44 million in the summer to buy a midfielder? It makes no sense. It makes no sense, guys. You know what I mean? It literally makes no sense. I'm trying my best to make sense of this. I just can't. Enzo Fernandez, 11 million. 11 million he went to Benfica for. I think it was 10 million British pounds in the end as well that Enzo Fernandez went to Benfica for. What is our scouting doing? Why are we not scouting Enzo Fernandez? Why are Benfica scouting Enzo Fernandez, but Liverpool are not? And then you hear and you read news about it later that Liverpool have always been looking at Enzo Fernandez before he went to Benfica. So why aren't we buying him? So why aren't we buying him, guys? Why aren't we buying him? Why aren't we spending the 10 million? How much of a gamble is 10 million pounds, for goodness sake? How much of a gamble is 10 million pounds? It's not a big gamble. Again, I don't understand what is going on with this football club. I really don't. because midfield was not a pressing issue to both Klopp and the recruitment team, as fans believe. I'm entitled to believe that now. I'm entitled to believe that now. I do believe the recruitment team and Klopp were looking at it and thinking the midfield weren't so much of an issue. It has to be the only thing that makes sense to me. It's the only thing that makes sense to me that they looked at that and thought that weren't an issue at the time. You know, it's just confusing to me, guys. Gakpo is a good bit of business. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad we have got Gakpo. I'm not going to say we're not. I want good players at this football club. I want this football club to buy good footballers, yeah? Gakpo is one of them. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy about it, yeah? All right? But now we're going to look at him as the saviour. You know, as fans, you just automatically go look at Gakpo and think, oh, new player in, decent at the World Cup, good player, good quality. And they go look at him as the saviour now. That gets us up the league. And that's not going to be the case. That puts pressure on him, which isn't fair. If Klopp and his recruitment team don't see midfield as an issue, I don't know what to say anymore. Big up the Cav in the chat as well. I don't get the issue. I really don't understand it. If Klopp and his recruitment team in the summer didn't see the midfield as a massive issue, I don't know what they're watching. I really don't. I understand that. But there is another thing as well. Just to switch it up a little bit. I just thought of this. Another thing you could say as well about our midfield, right? We got a lot of midfielders. You know, you list it out. We have a lot of midfielders that play midfield anyway. You got Keita, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, Ox, Harvey Elliott. Who else am I missing here? Who else plays in midfield? Fabinho. Did I say Milner? We've got a lot of midfielders, yeah? We've got a lot of midfielders. Harvey Elliott, Carvalho can count. You know, we've got a lot of midfielders, right? The problem is we have to be a bit more ruthless. Maybe we have to be a bit more ruthless because a lot of our midfield, yeah, don't want to leave Liverpool Football Club. Why would they want to leave Liverpool Football Club? They all get high wages. They've been at the top end of the Premier League for the last few years. They've been competing for Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. You know, they've been competing for them titles for the last few years, and they're getting good wages. Why would they want to leave Liverpool Club? These players are not going to want to leave willingly, yeah? Most of the players that leave our football club really come at the end of their contract, or we sell on because of their market value to replace you. But we don't actually get rid of anyone who don't want to leave. We don't get rid of anyone who don't actually want to leave this football club. Think of it like that. I mean, Oxlade-Chamberlain's never wanted to leave this football club. If he did, he wouldn't be here no more. Keita's never really wanted to leave Liverpool Football Club, otherwise he wouldn't be here anymore. Milner's never wanted to leave Liverpool Football Club because he wouldn't be here still. Hendo, the same. Fabinho, Thiago's new. Other players, you're like, why do they want to leave? Gini Wijnaldum never wanted to leave Liverpool Football Club, yeah? It's just that contract we offered him, he didn't think matched what he should be getting. He wanted Mo Salah money, right? He wanted Mo Salah money or close to Mo Salah money at the time, around the 200 grand a week. And Liverpool Football Club thought he weren't worth it. So they pied him off, right? And he didn't. But he didn't want to leave Liverpool. He never wanted to leave Liverpool. You know, none of them want to leave Liverpool Football Club. So maybe as a manager and owners of this football club, the recruitment team, Jurgen Klopp and everybody, maybe they got a bit more ruthless, guys. Maybe they have to be more ruthless. Maybe they got to go, you know what? We need to change. We need to change. We need to make room in this squad for new players. So Ox, Naby, you're all going to go. But do you know what, guys? They don't need to be ruthless because Ox, Naby, Bobby and Milner, 4 players, are all leaving in the summer for free, right? They're all leaving in the summer for free, right? So we don't have to be ruthless because we're going to open up 4 spots next season and 3 in midfield. So we're going to open up some spots. So they don't have to be ruthless. So again, we just wait. We just wait. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't think I just got a feeling either Milner, Keita, or Ox gets a new deal. I don't know about you guys. I've got a feeling either Ox, Milner, or Naby Keita get a new deal. If one of them oh my God. If Milner gets a new deal, I'm not being horrible to James Milner. I love James Milner, a great professional footballer. We all probably think exactly the same in the chat. A great professional. He's been with us. He's done well for us. You know, he was part of us winning everything, yeah? Great guy, great professional. But at his age now, he shouldn't be allowed to be given another deal. If we give him another year deal at the end of this season, I am going to lose my shit. I am going to lose his shit. I really am. The one I think they should give a new deal with, right? The one I think they should give a new deal with is to Naby. And the only reason I say this, guys, and I've said this before on the channel, the reason I said about Naby is to protect his value, yeah? Because I still think you can get something out of Naby Keita, yeah? I think you still get something out of Naby Keita. So, probably that's the only one, right? But that's it. That's it, just to protect his value. But by the way, Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain cost us 95 million combined, by the way. 95 million combined, Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain cost us. And then this club is going to let them walk for free. You tell me if that's good business or not. How is that good business? Naby Keita is going to be allowed to leave, and Ox are going to be allowed to leave this club for free after buying them for a combined 95 million. It's madness. That's absolute madness. In what world is that good business? In what world is that good business? This club proclaims its business, yeah? This club proclaims we do excellent business all the time, yeah? Our business is excellent. The way we sell players, the way we buy players. Is it really? Because you're letting two midfielders go who are still not even 30 yet, by the way. They're still in their 20s. They cost a combined of 95 million and you're letting them go for free. It's a waste. How's that good business? Naby Keita, I feel sorry for Naby Keita most out of everyone. I really do. Because I think Naby Keita is a decent footballer. I really do. I think Naby Keita is a decent footballer. Last season, I looked at his stats last season, right? Naby Keita weren't injured that much last season. So Jurgen Klopp refused to play him. And I understand we was in that situation last season where it was going well and he didn't want to bring Naby in. Fine. Okay. But Naby was fit a lot last season, yeah? Fit a lot. And he refused to play him. You could say Naby's been mismanaged a little bit. But I feel for him a little bit because he is a decent footballer. But, yeah, right, Naby should start tomorrow. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but should Naby... Put a thumbs up in the chat if you agree, thumbs down if you don't agree. Should Naby Keita start tomorrow? I want to see thumbs in the chat. Thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you don't agree. Should Naby Keita start tomorrow? Would you rather Hendo on that? Would you rather start Hendo and Harvey Elliott or Naby Keita? Who would you rather start tomorrow? Let me know in the chat. Thumbs up. Yeah, see, look, Naby starting. He should start tomorrow. We all agree, yeah? Yeah, most of us agree. Look at that. All them thumbs up in the chat. There you go. We all agree that Naby should start tomorrow. That'd be my midfield as well. Thiago Fabkaya. Big up Elwix. 60. Everyone agrees, right? Everyone agrees Naby should start tomorrow. He should. What's the chances he starts low? What is the chances he starts? And Melo to start. Yeah, that is a point. Quantum Geek says no. Endo's a 6. Naby on the right. Thiago on the left. Fab should rest. Gerard to start. You know, you got scratched. Scratch. Did I just see you say that? Did you just say, did I just say, I think you said that it's hamstring with Darwin. If it is Scraps, if you send me it on DM on Twitter if you found the report or the tweet that says that, my man. Yeah, Klopp has never started Naby in his right position. I agree. I think Arthur Melo will be ready by the 1st of February, is what I'm hearing. Beginning of February. Would you start Ben Doak tomorrow? No. I don't think we should play 4-3-3 tomorrow. I agree, Elwix. I agree, my friend. Big up, Albert. How you doing, man? I don't think we should play 4-3-3 tomorrow. We ain't got the players. I think we're committing suicide playing 4-3-3 tomorrow against Brighton. We ain't got the players. If Darwin's out injured, I don't want. We ain't got the players, man. I'd like us to play 4-4-2. I think we should play 4-4-2 diamond. You know, a diamond 4-4-2 formation. That's how we should play. All right, let's pick the team, right, guys? I'll get the team up. This is the team I will play. I'm going to do it with you right now, yeah? Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let me get this up, guys. Bear with me 1 second. We'll do this together, yeah? Now we know the players injured, right? Now we know the players that are crocked. Yeah, we can do this together now, right? Let me share this with you guys. Let's do this together. Where is it? There it is. There we go. All right, let's do this together. Right. So there's the 4-3-3 we usually play, guys. Yeah, the 4-3-3 we usually play. I don't think we should play 4-3-3 tomorrow because we haven't got the players. This is what I'd play. I'd play a 4-4-2 diamond, yeah? 4-4-2 diamond, a tight diamond, not a wide diamond, yeah? I'd play this. Right. Big up, Scraps. I'll read that out in 1 second, my friend. So obviously we all go Alisson in goal, yeah? Trent and Robbo in the fullback areas. Right, who are we playing at centre back, guys? Give me everyone in the chat. Give me your centre back. Give me your centre back pairing, guys. Give me your centre back pairing in the chat right now, guys. Let's go for it. What's your centre back pairings in the live chat? I want to see your centre back pairings. Remember, Virgil's out injured. Are we going Matip and Konate or Konate and Gomez or Matip and Gomez? What's everyone's centre back choices in the back there? Konate and Nat Phillips. Yeah, I mean, I would go Nat Phillips, but I just don't think Klopp's going to go for it, man. I don't think Klopp's going to go for it. Matip, Konate, Matip. Yeah, I think that might be the partnership, guys. So I go Konate on the left, or I prefer him on the right, but I can understand why he plays there. Matip. Right. Now, this is what I would do, guys. This is what I think we should play. I think we should play a 4-4-2 diamond, yeah? Be nice and compact in the midfield. I don't want this high line. I don't want this line to be high. I want this line to be just where it is now. It doesn't need to be high. And I want a compact midfield. I want to try and take the possession away from Brighton. I don't want us easy to play through. I want us to be nice and compact, yeah? In a 4-4-2 diamond. So, I would play Thiago and Naby on the left and right of the diamond. So on the left and right in the diamond, I would play Thiago and Keita. Who are we playing in the number 6, guys? Who are we playing in the number 6 in this diamond? I want us to be nice and tight in midfield. I want us to be nice and compact, nice and tight in midfield. Hard to play through. What are we going for? Hendo, some people say. Who are we going for in a 6? It's either Hendo, Stefan Bagatic, or Fabinho. Fab. Hendo, Fab. Right, let's get Fab in there. Right, Fab there. Remember, Fab might be all right if we play a diamond because it's nice and compact there. It's not spread out like that. It's nice and compact. Right, and up top, I'd do this. Up top, I'd do this. Go Gakpo and Mo. Right? That'd be my two up top. Who are we playing in the 10? Who are we playing at the tip of the diamond? Who are we playing at the tip of the diamond? Play Carvalho at the tip of the diamond, where he wants to play. Ox. Carvalho says pan off. Ox, there's a lot of Ox love. Yeah, Bobby's not fit, Jess. Bobby's not fit, otherwise I would have. Ox or Carvalho in the 10, right? So let's go Carvalho, yeah? Let's go that team, right? That's the team, right, against Brighton. It's more compact in the middle, yeah, in that diamond shape. A lot more compact, so they can't play through us. You got Salah in front of goal with Gakpo in the two up top, all right? And you got Fabinho, Thiago and Keita on the other side of the diamond and Carvalho up top. And then what I want, and then you've got room for Robbo to get these runs up and down here. Thiago can come across to block the passing lanes. Keita can come across to block the passing lanes, but you can still stay compact. You see what I mean? When we play 4-3-3, we play this for. This is the way we play 4-3-3, yeah? So say Carvalho's playing on the left, Gakpo in the middle, Mo on the right, yeah? And we're playing 4-3-3, right? So it'd start like that, yeah? That'd be what it's like on paper, but in reality, this is how we play. Thiago goes there, Keita goes there, Fabinho goes there, Robbo's there, Trent's there, Matip's there, Konate's there, and then we've got all that open space in the middle. All this open space in the middle where we get counter-attacked on. I don't want to see that. I want to see this defence stay nice and tight. Nice and tight. And then Fabinho staying where he needs to, stay nice and tight. No need to do anything silly. Stay nice and compact. Because if you stay compact like that, Thiago can come out here and cut out the passing lanes. Naby Keita can come out here and cut out the passing lanes. And look, you're still not overexposed in the midfield. You know, you're not overexposed in the midfield, even if they come out a little bit wider, cut out the passing lanes. Look, then you're protecting Robbo, you're protecting Trent. Yeah? And then they can come in as well if needed. And Trent and Robbo can do their thing going further forward. That's what I want to see against. That's what I want to see against Brighton. That's what I want to see against Brighton. I do not want to see 4-3-3. We will get it will be suicide. Are you watching? I just don't want to see 4-3-3. I just got a feeling if we play 4-3-3, we're too open. Because lately, guys, if we play 4-3-3, we play like this, guys. Look, we play like this. What happens is we play too wide. So it goes like that. We play too wide. And what happens is when players get a hold of the ball, they can play through our midfield here. They play through the channels. Yeah. And because we play high and try and play a pressing game, these guys come up. Because these guys come up, we get a lot. The opposition win the second ball here and they got the ball over the top. And then you're in on goal straight away because there's too much space. I don't want to see that against Brighton. We ain't got the players at the moment. We haven't got the players at the moment. Let's keep it compact. Let's get Salah and Gakpo in front of goal. That's the way I'd play. That's the way I'd play. That's the way I'd get. But unfortunately, I mean, look. I don't know if we've got the players to play 4-2-3-1 at the moment. Otherwise, I think he should, yeah. I think he should. Big up who sent me out. Scraps sent me the message. Big up Scraps. Darwin Nunes hasn't trained in recent days due to a hamstring problem. He's undergoing further assessments at Kirkby on Friday, says James Pierce. Big up Scraps. Thanks for that information, my man. And I think Anthony shared a tweet with me as well. Liverpool and Thuram. France sources believe it will be a summer move when he leaves Nice. But a suitable offer around €30 million should be enough to persuade the League One club to depart with the 21-year-old. Wow, is that all? Should be all over that deal. All over it. should be all over that deal, guys. Really should. Carl says 4-4-2. Ox left, Thiago and Keita, Elliot right. You can do that as well. It changes it up a little bit. Changes it up a little bit. Who did you say? Ox on the left and Thiago, midfield Thiago and Keita and Elliot on the right. Hang on. So you want Thiago and Keita, the 4-4-2. Right, hang on. Elliot. Oh, for fuck's sake, this thing is stupid. I get what you mean, though. Pretend that's Salah. Yeah, then 4-4-2. You could do it either way, man. You could do it either way. We've got to do something like that. You know what I mean? We have to change it up a little bit, guys. We have to change it up a little bit. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for all joining me today. I do really, really appreciate it. I think we've gone through everything I can get through today. Guys, there won't be no watch along from me tomorrow because it's not on TV, is it? And I haven't got one of them dodgy fire sticks. If anyone knows where they can get one of them dodgy fire sticks, please DM me on Twitter because I desperately need one to do these 3 o'clock kickoffs. So if anyone knows of one and how you get these dodgy sticks, just DM me on Twitter, guys. DM me on Twitter. And I do need to get one. But guys, Jamie, why are we having intensity training sessions? Pep Loons, why is the training intense? We have games 3 games a week. That is exactly true. Exactly true. Yeah, I'll be live after the game, guys. So I will be live after the game with player ratings and match reaction because I'll try and find a stream where I can watch it. The problem is, I would do 3 p.m. games because I do know some streams I can watch the game. But the problem is if I'm doing a watch along and the stream goes down, you know, it's no good for the watch along, if you know what I mean. So I'll try and find a stream. I'll watch the game and I'll do a match rating and a match reaction after the game tomorrow. Because it's a 3 p.m. kickoff, I do a reaction around. I don't know. A lot of people will be doing their reactions. What I might do my reaction around 6 p.m., something like that, 7 p.m., you know, after probably Coppish are finished. And then I'll do my reaction. Okay, guys, because I have got the family tomorrow and I want to do family stuff with the kids and all that, being a Saturday. The boy wants to try his new bike. So I'll probably be out doing that sort of stuff. But guys, big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Try and enjoy your weekend, guys. And hopefully, fingers crossed, Liverpool don't ruin our weekend. Much love. Thank you as always. See you soon.